Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'm going to talk to you of another, guess you could say, underrated film. It's not bad. Kind of enjoyed it. A24's Morris from America, starring Craig Robinson. And who's the kid? Marquise Christmas. And yeah, let's gonna go with those two. It's basically a story of these two, most specifically Marcus the kid, Craig Robinson's son, in his time living in Germany while also trying to spark a romance with his classmate, and while also trying to be a rapper performing at this talent show. It's more like a day in the life of a character as he discovers his adolescence and self-discovery of trying to be a rapper in Germany. That's kind of basically what this is. It's a comedy drama, but more on the drama side. So I think they really push for the drama, but doesn't somehow overshadow the comedy aspects. Like they go for a drama course here for this film, but it doesn't forget the fact that it's also a comedy. So there's still that comedy kind of touch to it, which really I thought was a very unique way of them balancing the genre. I think sometimes there's some films that sometimes balance genre, especially if it's a double genre, that overlap one another, and sometimes they don't balance out very well. But here I thought they did it very fine. Craig Robinson actually impressed me with his acting, and I could see him really tackle more serious roles in this. This movie came out 2016, 8 years ago. Wow. He plays a father trying to do his best to look after his son and trying to figure out the best way to raise him, and figuring out some of the trying to figure out how to raise a son in a whole new different country that's supposedly they've been living there for quite some time. And it's kind of fascinating with this fish out of water, and you see this kid who's very heavily misguided about his surroundings and his frustrations to that kind of I wouldn't say erode, but it evolves to why he feels like he is not succeeding in his environment, where mostly he tries to fall in love with this girl who he tries to spark a little romance, and the two actually hit it off pretty well. And he doesn't ignore the fact in the film, and it's a plot device, but I've seen the plot like this before in another movie. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it deals with not a love triangle per se, but the character is caught in a love triangle, but it's more of what he sees about the girl, and he continues to ignore that person or that character's nature of who they are. And you're trying to force something that might never happen, and you kind of see that leads him to a unfortunate circumstance later into the film. But I thought it added more to the story of him trying to be in an environment where he tries to control and he can't control it, especially since he's still a kid. He's still learning his surroundings. I actually really like there's one character I really like, and I think she's like a teacher that kind of helps him learn German and then learn other aspects about life. And I really love those scenes with him and the teacher together. I could really, it's one of the more nurturing kind of movies where I think the main theme of this film is that as kids, we children try to grow up too fast, and they don't take the time to really enjoy the easy part of life and the more fun aspects of it. I mean, when you're a kid, it's a lot easier to enjoy life, to enjoy the pure love of life. And you have this character Morris who desperately is trying to have these things that a kid shouldn't be having, trying things they shouldn't be having, being around people that are doing some crazy stuff that he shouldn't be around. The chick he hangs out with is, well, pursuing a older guy. So there's already just circumstances that this kid does not, the decisions that he proceeds does not register. And I'm just gonna say he shoot himself in the foot. But all in all, I thought this was a great film. I thought this was a very, and I didn't really hear about this film until I had to look it up, and I discovered it. It was on AT&T's DirecTV Cinema. I don't know if that's still around. I think maybe, but you have so many different streaming services coming around. But I do recommend this on HBO Max. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a great comedy drama that I believe I think it's really good. I think it's probably, now the more I'm thinking about this film, it's probably one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite Craig Robinson film at this time. I've seen him and mostly in those comedies, but seeing him doing something a little bit more dramatic, I really appreciate his work in here. Morris from America. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite A24 film and what is your favorite underrated movie.